What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers. Today we're reviewing a brand new traditional electric fireplace. I've been saying for a long time that the traditional electric market is probably the most untapped market. All these manufacturers put so much time and energy into the linear fireplaces and not enough love into the traditional. Just looking at this originally, I'm gonna dive into this, but this is number one, if not number two, best electric fireplaces I've ever seen in a traditional firebox, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's go. All right, don't forget guys, if you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today where you can see more electric fireplaces in our showroom than any other showroom in the area. Also, if you're not local and you like what you're learning in these videos, give us first stab at the business. It helps us out a lot, especially electric fireplaces. We ship those all over the country every day. Call us, give us first stab at it. If you don't see what you want on the website, we can help you. Call or text us, we'll get you taken care of. All right, so let's start with the fundamental principle of electric fireplaces when it comes to traditional, before I dive into the features and why I like this so much. One of the things is traditionally with gas fireplaces, okay, gas fireplaces are anywhere from, I don't know, 12 to 20 inches deep. So deep fireboxes, big viewing areas, and of course, big gas flame. Traditionally, what electric fireplaces have done is they've made the firebox much smaller. So we're talking 8 inches deep, 9 inches deep, at most 12 inches deep. And I think it works on linear fireplaces. Like for example, this is only a 6-inch deep firebox, but your glass is really short. But when we get into these taller glass units, to me aesthetically, it just hasn't been translating. To have this really wimpy sort of shallow firebox with all this tall glass viewing area, it just doesn't work. So the Napoleon Elevation, if you've noticed, it's almost like a hybrid unit in the sense that they're building their inspiration off of their gas fireplace. So this firebox is the exact same specs as their gas model. Let me go show you their gas model quick. All right, so this is the Napoleon Elevation gas unit. Now you can see this is one of our best selling gas units, and the reason why it works: big deep firebox, big beefy log set, of course big flame, and then it just fills up the space. If you're gonna have 42 inches of all viewing area, you need to fill the space up. And if you had a shallow little box, it just doesn't work. So what's really cool is they're the first company I've seen do this, where let's say you're still trying to decide if you want gas or electric, no problem. You just frame this fireplace in and your specs are the same. You can either put in the gas or the electric unit. I actually think that's really smart. That's genius, because it gives you as a homeowner time to think about what you want to do. And in the meantime, you can just frame it out and then you choose your fuel. Do you want gas or electric? Now let's go back and talk about what makes this fireplace so awesome. All right, I'm gonna go through cosmetic features in a minute, but again, you can see big deep firebox. What is the first thing that a deep firebox helps us do? Well, it helps us get a nice big log set in here. So they basically have 3 layers of logs in here, and they're big logs. So that's great because it fills the firebox up. It doesn't look puny or wimpy. So I really like the log set that they put in here, and it's science. You can't do it in a 9-inch firebox. You just can't. So you need a firebox like this. The other thing that this big viewing area does is they have nice clean lines, and I'm gonna get into in a minute, but they really did a good job of hiding the blower system. So all the heat blows out this gap up here. So there's just a tiny little gap, almost like an air convection gap. So it's pretty seamless aesthetically. What else does a big deep firebox do for us? Well, we need layers of flame. All right, I think sometimes you sort of get the fish tank effect where you have this firebox, and now these are great units, don't get me wrong, but when we just have the flame on just the back, it just makes it look a little flat, don't you think, Chris? Yeah. A little two-dimensional. Now again, I think it works in linear fireplaces. It does, but it hasn't translated aesthetically in the traditional fireboxes, in my opinion. That's just me. I think it looks too flat. So we need depth in these bigger square boxes. So Napoleon has come out with something I think pretty genius. What they do is they have the back panel with our LED lighting, and then what they've done is put 2 more glass panels in the firebox. And if you look closely, you can see sort of those logs cut up because they're not actually going through, they're just butting up against layers of glass. And then we have 3 layers of lighting illuminating on those glass panels. So it gives us 3 layers of depth to sort of help create that illusion like our gas fireplace would. Now there's a lot we can do with it. And I will say, I will admit that the lighting or the flame isn't as abundant on the translucent glass as the back panel. Wouldn't you say, Chris? It's not as bright.
I agree.
However, I think it creates enough of some aesthetics to give it depth. Doesn't it look like there's layers of flame, even though you can't see all the front 2 as clearly, or no?
It does.
Yeah, it does. Now, let's go through the features of what this baby can do. So one, it has Wi-Fi, so we can run all of this on our phone or our device or whatever we want to do. It does have sound, and then it does have a heater with 5,000 BTUs. It has the quietest blower. I think it's like 30 some decibels or something, so it's super, super quiet on a low setting. And then it has speed boost or heat boost where we can go up to 10,000 BTUs on 240. So it has all the heating functions we would want. And what's cool is you can see the logs actually glow. So we have like a dimmer setting on there. And then what's really cool is we can control the burners. So you can see I shut the front burner off. Now I shut the back burner off. See, this is good to do that because now look at how stupid this fireplace looks with just the back panel and a big beefy log set. It doesn't work, right?
No.
Don't you think, Chris?
It doesn't work.
It does not work. And that's what everyone else is doing, is just what you see here. All right, so there's our flame control. Now we also have speed control. So we can change the speed of the flame. So it's just orange and yellow flames. We can slow that down if we want. I don't know, that's too slow. I kind of like it. Maybe right there. What do you think, Chris?
I'd go a little faster.
There?
Yeah.
Or one more?
I like that.
Okay, so we can change the speed of the flame. And there we're changing the log color. So see the ember bed or the ember bed and logs. Kind of like that one. There's a little more dull. I kind of like it like that. Then we also have our top night lights. We have 13 colors on our top lighting. There's clear. And this is more like if you just want the lighting effect on the logs. I personally think it's a bit much. I like it off, me personally. I like it off with the logs glowing. Then from there, you know, we can set our thermostat. So you can see I changed the color. So there's the orange out of the flame. Now I'm gonna put the orange back in and make it a little bit brighter. Now there's the yellow out of the flame. I like it with all of them personally. Then of course we have heater functions and everything like that. So this is the 42 inch. It does come in a 36 inch. I think it's a great idea. What I really appreciate about Napoleon coming out with this is the electric fireplace category is the fastest growing category in the industry, and people are racing to it. And when they're racing to it, they're coming out with nothing cool. They're just coming out with stuff that already exists. And all that does is confuse homeowners. You at home are probably super annoyed doing your shopping and being like looking at 10 fireplaces that look almost identical. Chances are they probably are. They probably are identical, to tell you the truth. And so it's cool to see some innovation. There's only a handful of brands that are actually innovating. Napoleon has stepped up to the plate here and came out with something that really doesn't exist in the industry, and I think it's really cool. I love the choose your fuel idea. I love them building it and designing it off of a gas fireplace firebox. That's what's gonna get us closer to electric fireplaces resembling being more realistic with gas fireplaces. The first thing you have to do is start with the same footprint. Something so simple, but makes a huge difference. Let me know what you guys think at home. If you wanna shop any of our gas fireplaces, go to our website. We'll see you guys next time.